Ever wondered why invading the United States is so tough? Today, we'll explore what makes the U.S. a tough nut to crack. From its tough terrain to advanced military tech, we'll dive into what makes the nation unique. If you're new, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more exciting content. Let's begin. Solid coalitions and cohesiveness. In the realm of international relations, the United States does not stand alone. It occupies a pivotal role within the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, a formidable alliance comprising nations from North America and Europe. In addition to prominent members like the United Kingdom, Germany, France, and Turkey, NATO boasts a roster of 24 other member states. The cornerstone of NATO's strength lies in its collective defense doctrine, where an attack on one member nation is unequivocally regarded as an attack on all member nations. This unwavering unity serves as a potent deterrent against potential aggressors. For instance, consider a hypothetical scenario where a nation, let's say Russia, contemplates invading a NATO member like Germany. Such an action would effectively trigger a de facto declaration of war against all 28 countries within the NATO alliance. This coordinated defense mechanism presents a formidable obstacle for any government contemplating an invasion of any NATO member, including the United States. Furthermore, the United States maintains robust military alliances with Japan and South Korea, both of which possess highly capable armed forces in their own right. These alliances represent additional layers of defense and security within the broader framework. Japan, with its technologically advanced military, stands as a staunch ally, further bolstering the United States' defense capabilities in the Asia-Pacific region. South Korea, too, possesses a formidable military force, ranking among the top 10 militaries globally. These military alliances serve as crucial elements in the defense posture of the United States, enhancing its ability to respond effectively to regional security challenges. Powerful and overwhelming military capability. The unmatched might of the United States Armed Forces is one of the most important factors explaining why no nation has ever been able to effectively invade the United States. The United States of America consistently allots more than $500 billion to its military budget, a sum that is more than the total amount spent on military expenditures by the largest nations in the world. Because of this, the United States of America has the most powerful military in the world, which includes the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. The United States military is able to ensure its preparedness for defense over a wide range of terrains thanks to its highly trained soldiers and cutting-edge technology. This readiness extends to the beaches of Hawaii, the deserts of Utah, and the frozen landscapes of Alaska. Any nation that had designs on invading the United States would face an enormous obstacle if it attempted to compete militarily with the United States. An advantage derived from location. The exceptional geographical location of the United States is probably the single most important contributor to the country's unbeatable status. Because of its remote location, the United States presents a formidable obstacle for any nation or group of nations that might be considering an invasion. In addition to this, it is protected against foreign invasion by the presence of two enormous oceans, namely the Atlantic and the Pacific, which surround it on all sides. The transportation of troops and equipment over these vast oceans is a logistical nightmare that is also an enormously expensive enterprise. Even in this day and age of rapidly advancing technology, the challenges and costs connected with transporting such resources across oceans continue to be tremendous impediments. In addition to this, the sheer size of the United States contributes significantly to the effectiveness of its military. It is the third largest country in the globe and spans a wide territory, certain parts of which are more susceptible to danger than others. Even while states like Alaska, which is located in close proximity to Russia, and Hawaii, which is an island state, may appear to be vulnerable, the United States is prepared to secure these regions with solid defensive systems. Neighbors who get along great. The United States enjoys harmonious relationships with its neighboring countries, Canada and Mexico. These two nations share borders with the United States, which is widely recognized as the world's most dominant and militarily powerful country. In comparison, both Canada and Mexico possess military capabilities that are notably inferior to those of the United States. For any foreign nation considering the audacious idea of invading the United States, the task at hand is monumental. Not only would they have to overcome the formidable armed forces of the United States, but they would also have to grapple with the potential resistance from Mexico and Canada. Both of these neighboring countries have little incentive to permit an invading army to traverse their territories, and the probability of such cooperation is exceedingly low. Mexico and Canada, as sovereign nations, prioritize their own interests and security. Allowing an invading force to pass through their territories would pose significant risks to their national sovereignty and well-being. Consequently, any aggressor would not only face the military might of the United States, but also the likelihood of encountering staunch opposition from its neighbors. In the case of Mexico, cooperation with an invading force would be particularly unlikely due to its proximity to the United States and shared economic interests. An invading army would need to secure the cooperation of Mexican authorities, which would be a challenging feat to achieve given the strong historical ties between Mexico and the United States, as well as their shared objectives in areas such as trade and border security. Similarly, Canada, while geographically more distant from the contiguous United States, maintains a close and cooperative relationship with its southern neighbor. Canada's military capabilities, while respectable, pale in comparison to those of the United States. The Canadian government would have little incentive to jeopardize its relationship with the United States by allowing an invading force to use its territory as a passage. Armed citizenry. Over 330 million individuals call the United States of America home, and among those people, an appreciable portion carries a concealed or loaded firearm. It is estimated that there are around 72 million firearm owners who collectively hold approximately 360 million firearms. This startling amount of firearms owned privately in the United States indicates the extent to which citizens are able to defend themselves and their country. The ability of civilians in some jurisdictions to develop and manufacture their own weapons without the necessity for registration is another factor that contributes to the possibility of a well-armed civilian populace. Due to the existence of this fact, it is possible for American civilians to organize militias in the case of an invasion, which will allow them to assist the efforts of the professional military. This dual capability constitutes an additional layer of defense against possible invasion. Interdependence on the economic front. The United States exerts a significant amount of economic influence across the world. For the sake of their own economic security and progress, a great number of countries rely on trade with the United States. Not only would the United States be in grave danger, but so would the rest of the world if the United States were to suffer from a serious economic crisis or even go bankrupt. Trade with the United States provides huge economic benefits to countries all over the world. Nevertheless, an invasion would disrupt these commercial links, resulting in catastrophic financial losses. This economic interconnectedness provides yet another compelling incentive for other countries not to invade the United States of America. The invulnerability of the United States of America as a nation is the result of a confluence of variables, each of which contributes to the country's impregnable defense. The United States is an impregnable stronghold thanks to a combination of factors, including robust alliances, an overwhelmingly powerful military, strategic geography, friendly neighbors, an armed citizenry, and economic interdependence. Despite the fact that the world is always shifting and geopolitics are always shifting, the everlasting might of the United States continues to serve as a formidable barrier to invasion. The United States of America continues to hold the title of the most secure nation in the world, which is a monument to both the resiliency of the nation and the wisdom of its founders. When we take into account the current state of affairs in the world, it is quite evident that no adversary would have the guts to attack the stronghold that is the United States. Despite this, the future is still unclear, and the rest of the world continues to keep a close eye on how things play out for the United States and any potential opponents it may have. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.